lost with glory inside. Into somewhere we scream and shout, breaking it down, no shadow. Into somewhere where we breaking it down. CM Punk, John Cena tearing up the town. Broke half on fire, no one spit it better. Reef wing like a beast, no one does it clever. Cena through elbows, Punk through shade. Chains clang, bodies bang, rivalry displayed. Slanted to the chains like lions in the cage. Toronto crowd wild, unleash all the rage. In the summer, in the summer, the garden's buzzing, New York feel electric. Punk's fist cracking, Seth's got a death wish, hectic. Cody says, man, Punk looking hungry tonight. Jake nods, but Seth flips, guts all in the fight. Roman stomps through, Rex plans in his strut. Tribal chief with bad vibes, tearing it up. MSG crowd, stunned faces in the stand. Cody shakes his head, this again, damn man. Y'all believe in Joe Hendry's name, fighting through the fire in the wrestling game. Hardy soar like the legends they defied. Knockouts fight, her power aligns. Mic drop, we analyze every bout, discussing every twist, don't leave a doubt. Predictions, insights, we break it all down into somewhere best critics around. Into somewhere we reviewing every bout, breaking down the moves, ain't no shadow of doubt. WWE heat, we bring that white hot flame from Ray to Gunner, we calling names. Yeah. Turnbuckle tension, the ropes might snap. Jake calling spots, Cody's laying the map. Spaz with the bent, or a joke, then a clue. Breaking it down for the hardcore crew. Into somewhere wrestling minds collide, breaking down the chaos, the truth won't hide. Briefcase in the air, who's taking the gold? We're diving deep, stories unfold. Cincinnati's roar can't hide. Wrestling dreams all collide. The scoop on the belts and the rivalries brewing. Tag teams exploding, legends renewing. From indie vibes to the big stage proving. Every rumor nailed down, no chance of misconstruing. Catchphrases dropping like a pile driver move. Jake switch sharp, Cody's got the groove. They keep it real raw, never out of the loop. Step the scoop on the belts and the rivalries brewing. Tag teams exploding, legends renewing. From indie vibes to the big stage proving. Every rumor nailed down, no chance of misconstruing. Catchphrases dropping like a pile driver move. Jake switch sharp, Cody's got the groove. They keep it real raw, never out of the loop. Step into somewhere, the wrestling troupe. Yeah. Yeah. Yo, we clutched up in Toronto, elimination chamber, steel cage set, it's cutthroat behavior.
What's going on, ladies and gents? That's right, Into Somewhere Weekly, bringing you the latest in WWE, AEW, and TNA news. Hopefully everybody's doing well. This Wednesday is September 24th, 2025. That's right, hopefully everybody's doing well. Still a bop, still a banger, whatever the kids call it today, but I know what I'm calling it. I'm calling it Cody O'Needy 316.
Give me a hell yeah.
What's going on, broski?
Going on?
How you doing today?
So yeah, I hired a new intern.
I heard.
Look at him right fucking now. I told you no fucking vaping on this goddamn job. What the?
All right. Well, I mean, you're in charge of the intern. I know you hired the new guy. This is all you're doing.
Why is he flipping you off? And me off now too.
You've managed to. We haven't even got through the intro, and you've already managed to piss off the new intern. Like, why do you give a shit if he's vaping? Like,
because he's an intern. He doesn't have that leeway yet.
I know, but I was just trying to get him on the call here and see what he had to say, but
God, the amount of times that I've asked you to respect me and respect my anxiety pin is, at this point, getting ridiculous, Cody. God.
I'm sorry. Where'd he go?
And he's gone.
What the fuck? I didn't know it was an anxiety pen.
So if you want to be an intern on Into Somewhere, go ahead and reach out to us. It's countdownended@hotmail.com. We're taking applications via email. Send your resume and cover letter. You said email. We appreciate it. We really lost another editor?
I'm sorry. Okay. I just thought it wasn't professional to vape on the job, but I didn't know it was an anxiety pen.
We didn't even have him on camera yet.
I should have waited for him to get on the camera.
I guess. I mean, he sent a message saying, "How are those Mets?" I mean, we know he's angry. All right. So, I mean, Cody just trying to be tough on the job. He's trying to, do as I taught him. Just laying it in thick. Maybe.
Well, you didn't tell me it was an anxiety pen. You could have told me that, Jake.
I didn't read the messages on the Slack channel. I don't even know how to sign in to half this shit. All right. I just pretend to be good at stuff. Granted, there's a lot of moving parts and developments happening right now in the TNA side of things, which we will get into shortly. But the TNA war possibly came at the worst and best time, unfortunately. All well-laid plans, right? Nothing ever goes to rest as set out. So, unfortunately, with a heavy heart, we say it that seems like Masha Slamovich is not a great person. Allegedly, as of right now, it's enough that TNA has started an internal investigation. So the news was reported earlier. So Masha Slamovich, Anna Kozina, is under an internal investigation in TNA. The former champion is accused on social media of domestic violence during a relationship she had with fellow wrestler Akira. That's Alex Atkinson, or Atkinson. A friend of Akira's, his manager, released a series of alleged text exchanges between the former couple that include Slamovich acknowledging that she abused her, boyfriend. The account also released photos of Akira with the injuries that he obtained from said abuse. So this is not great. The tweet that came out says Masha is an abusive piece of who feels entitled to everything, including Ribera jacket. So God knows why she wants a steakhouse jacket. Anyways, enjoy some of her abusive text messages. And when I say some of, they went ahead and managed to link, and I kid you not, this is pretty crazy here. So There is a Dropbox here. Jasmine Brown shared this, the manager, and there's injury photos, and you can see that's the dented frying pan that she used to whoop him some. Like, this is not great. You've got all the text exchanges. There are over 140 different pages worth of messages here, and a lot of it is him just trying to diffuse the situation and trying to downplay some of it. She says, like, "Oh, I'm being controlled," but really what he's saying is, please stop breaking things. Right now, the more you break stuff, we can't afford to replace these things, and it's causing us a great deal of financial hardship. I guess she was breaking her sunglasses that she used to enter with in her entrance and whatnot. So a lot of like ring gear. In one exchange, he says, "You hit me. You're wrong." And she writes back, "Well, you cursed at me. That's why you got hit." And she claims she was already worked up, and you managed to make it worse, and you made me lose it. It's your fault. All you do is be sorry. You're a loser. You're never able to do the right thing in the right moment. And he wrote, "I didn't know I signed up to watch someone destroy things out of anger again, but still I'm here." And she said she tried not to take it out on him, but he kept pushing and deserved it. And Jasmine, like I said, has this whole Dropbox of just so much evidence. And yes, these could be doctored texts, but it doesn't seem like that because she and her camp has not denied it. Her match has been pulled from Victory Road. All involvement with WWE has been canceled for future laid plans. This is serious. This is legitimate. This is terrible. And people forget that there's a victim here as well. Her boyfriend is being insulted and like, "Oh, you let a woman abuse you." Like how terrible people can be. I've dealt with abusive relationships before, and
yeah, it goes both ways.
you feel emasculated and defeated.
Women can also be abusive to men.
Exactly, and
people forget that.
you don't want to bring it to light because you don't want to seem weak. You don't want to be called a liar either. And look at how immediately like some of the things were spun. You did this, she says, and the manipulation and the gaslighting and the love bombing afterwards. He said, he said he's doing okay today. He said, "I woke up to this and people asking me if I was okay. Kind of want to throw up, kind of want to go away forever. My friend held back for months because I asked her to, and I would have never said anything." He said, "I still really don't want to. I didn't want to lash out in anger because I was angry, suicidal, depressed since the end of January." He said, "I'm not alive, though, if she didn't take my calls every day while caring for her sick grandfather. I'm not alive if my roommate, Wraith, didn't laugh with me at stupid videos daily." So he's talking about all of his friends, and he said he admitted he attempted suicide multiple times because of this person, talking about Masha. And he said, "I tried my best, but my best was never good enough for them, and all my accomplishments and money were nothing but tools for someone else to destroy things. Many things said in confidence were always turned and used against me." So this is really just, men get abused all the time. They don't speak up, and it's a really sad state of affairs. That's why, the Wrestling for Life guys always have the men's health side of things being spoken so loudly over there. WWE has canceled all plans for current champion after serious allegations surface. So the professional fallout surrounding Masha Slimovic has now reached WWE, according to Fightful Select. WWE has placed all plans involving Slimovic in the rearview mirror. So everything ongoing with the TNA invasion storyline involving her is now on hold. This move follows TNA's suspension of her. So it's not just her match that is suspended. She is now officially suspended as well, as she's publicly accused of domestic violence by her ex-partner, Akira. TNA confirmed it's launched its formal review and internal investigation. In a statement to the Takedown on Sports Illustrated, they said, "We take this, and any allegations very seriously. We've begun an internal investigation." Funny thing is, I guess some other allegations have come to light. Now, I will say, sprinkle this with a grain of salt, but this is where the Into Somewhere drama side of things comes in. So step into my ring. Let's talk about it. Here's the thing. We're hearing that this was known by many, and this has been forced to stay quiet for a long time. Obviously, Masha's absence was evident Tuesday's episode of NXT before all of these allegations were really picking up steam and coming to light. As we said, this happened on the 23rd at 11:07 a.m. So by the afternoon time yesterday, this had started to pick up light, and she was already having her match revoked.
So this was known before it came out, like way before it came out by many, or like
it seems like people in the locker room had heard, either he had told other people, other wrestlers, but just kind of continued to beg them to keep it quiet, but had opened up about being depressed and dealing with this abuse.
And I'm sure a lot of wrestlers probably wanted to
and people were afraid that if they said anything or spoke out against her, because she's held in such high regard, she was, you know, their women's champion, the head of the knockouts division. A lot of people found themselves in a state of, well, you know, will it affect me? Unfortunately, in a game of politics. And basically, like I said, you cursed at me. That's why you got hit. Was trending, and the fallout is you know, deserved. She can go and wrestle bears back in Russia. You know, the chat's fired up, and rightfully so. This is a terrible state to have to deal with, and here we had such an amazing thing going on last night where we had this TNA invasion because, hey, look, you guys have our belt, we want it back, we're tired of this. And the match that they were having for the TNA title again was between two WWE, you know, contracted talents, two NXT stars, OFME and Trick Williams. So it still wasn't going back to TNA. So all of the guys being there being like, hey, you've had our belt, you've disrespected our title, our brand, you treat us, you know, there should be this, you know, TNA NXT war. So having someone that's supposed to be leading the women's side of things now have this come out is just, it always feels like this happens in wrestling, doesn't it? It's just his latest tweet makes it. His latest tweet, Akira's tweet, makes it sound like he's done. He said, "I love wrestling. I love the life and the people it brought into my life, even her," referring to Masha. He said, "But it's not a drug for me. If this makes it impossible to hire me or anything, so be it. I'll move on because wrestling isn't everything to me. And I'm thankful that it showed me the world and the man I have to be for myself. I'm just looking for my happy ending." And yeah, you know, I hope he gets his happy ending, that's for sure, because this is upsetting, and it is very common, and as we said, men don't speak on this enough. So Akira, hats off to you, our friend. You know, Baldy here goes ahead and supports you as much as possible, and hopefully you can find some solace in knowing that you have a lot of support and people stand behind you. Hopefully you can, you know, realize that you are a beast, you deserve the world, and the comments are right. Everybody's wishing you the best, and you can take this and turn it into an even bigger positive. Let's hope that that's the case. Let's make this something that it should be. So if you guys want to go ahead, tag the show, hashtag into somewhere, send Akira some love, that would be great. Let him know that, hey, we support you. I'm going to check out one of your matches because of this, and I think you're interesting, or I look forward to seeing you book some, you know, something positive. Go ahead and show some support. I think it would be the best. It's at the Akira Way, so at TheAkiraWay. I retweeted it. I'll put it in the chat for you all as well. But let's turn this into a positive and send some love. So I think we could do some good here, or at least try to. Let's go ahead and make that happen. On a side note, we're looking into it more, and the Victory Road match is definitely canceled. So she was supposed to be facing the current champ, Ash by Elegance, and whoever won there is going to face Indy Hartwell in a, you know, it's supposed to be this Elegance match itself. Now, with everything that happened, the match is absolutely canceled, and the card has been changed. So I don't see anything replacing that match or any announcement from TNA yet that anything has changed. But as of right now, for Victory Road, still looks like it's going to be a good show this Friday, the 26th. They're going to be doing it in Canada as well. So it's going to be in Edmonton at the Expo Center in Alberta, Canada. It's going to air on TNA Plus. So this is the 19th Victory Road event, and it's the first major wrestling event in Edmonton since Backlash in 2004. So as we mentioned, as of the result of the Knockouts World Championship match at NXT Heatwave, Ash by Elegance was announced to defend her title against Masha Slamovich September 5th, 2025. The match was later advertised as a match by Elegance with Indy Hartwell, who is scheduled to face the reigning champ at Bound for Glory. serving as special guest referee. So Indy is no longer the special guest ref to a match that is now canceled. So TNA ceased to advertise this match following the company opening an internal investigation into Masha. Unfortunately, like I said, I don't see anything replacing it yet, but the card itself, it needed this match, sadly. You'll see in a minute. I mean, there's still some interest here, but yeah, it's certainly unfortunate because Indy Hartwell was the big Y factor here, you know, never mind X factor. We didn't know how she would play out to be in this because who did she want to face at Bound for Glory? You know, she can obviously make the call being the special guest ref. There was intrigue here. There was interest. Out of the 6 matches, this was probably one I was looking forward to the most. The rest seem like pretty foregone conclusions, and as we get into our predictions, you'll see why. First up, we've got Mike Santana taking on Ridge Holland. Yeah.
Ooh. Wow.
Whose career has died a death? Like Ridge Holland. I mean, he broke up Chase U. He went on this like semi-meteoric rise. And then he just was gone. Like, oh, he's
What else
involved.
did he do before that, though? He's done other things.
Yeah. What has he done that's memorable? You know, he kind of bounced around and all in between. What stands out with Ridge Holland, really? And I don't mean it rudely. I'm trying to remember, like, you know, he kind of he was on SmackDown for a little bit, you know, with Sheamus and
what did they call that group again?
The Donnybrooks. I don't remember. It was the Irishmen, the Brawling Brutes, right? I'm pretty sure that's what it was. The Brawling Brutes. The nightclub. Yeah, something terrible. Something fucking super. I don't know. What? I'm not going to get canceled for it, but whatever. The Brawling Brutes, I'm pretty sure, is what they were.
Hey,
Regardless, I said Brutes, not Jesus. So, yeah, they lost to like the Street Profits, and then he came back. So, yeah, he broke Big E's neck. That's memorable, right? Thanks, asshole. Good job. Where's the lawyer when you need him? So,
what show are we going over first again?
This is Victory Road. I know everything bleeds TNA on NXT, but Mike Santana and Ridge Holland. Mike Santana's winning this. He's going to Bound for Glory to face Trick for the title. We know that. That match has been booked for a while. He got in Trick's face, knowing he would get the match, you know, disqualified and then go ahead and raise hell with the rest of the TNA members that showed up. So if Santana doesn't win this one, it's like the end of the world. Like, how did they mess this up? He's obviously winning here. This is just a tune-up match before the title match, right? I don't see it any other way. Granted, I could be way off, but it seems like that's the case. This seems like just a tune-up match. Santana's going to go in there, look strong, bounce around, woo it up, and get his job done. Santana wins all day.
He is.
Leon Slater taking on Myron Reed. Again, Myron Reed, not bad, but Leon Slater is just going to, this is just going to be a show for him, a show-off match. We're going to see Myron.
X-Division champ.
Yeah, he's going to win pretty single-handedly here. Leon is impressive.
Oh, 100.
No way he's losing the title yet. We know that he's also.
No offense to Reed, but I don't think he's losing the X Division title. Reed, no,
not a chance.
Is it for the? It's the title match, right?
Then we have the System, and it's interesting because they were booked as the faces now, even though they're not. I mean, they weren't, but they are now. So now he has the other side facing him, being the Order 4. And that, of course, is Mustafa Ali's group. So we're getting the System and the Order 4 facing off at Bound for Glory. It's going to be a 10-person intergender hardcore war match. So the system, Moose, Alicia Edwards, Eddie Edwards, Brian Myers, and Fandango JDC taking on Mustafa Ali, Tasha Steelz, Agent Zero, and the Great Hands of Jason Hodge and John Schuyler. That's a mouthful for the 10-person intergender hardcore war match. Jesus, that is a long title. Granted, this match, they're going to have the faces lose. You know it. They're going to give the heels some type of advantage going into Bound for Glory. Like always, Mustafa Ali is winning here. Yeah, it has to happen. Yep. Mustafa Ali wins. I am looking forward to this match, not the hardcore match, but I am a huge Mustafa Ali fan.
Mustafa Ali is amazing, by the way, and he's definitely winning against Moose.
Moose is very agile as a big man, so not only can he throw Mustafa around, but he can fly around just as much.
I like Moose too.
I like what they can pull off here. This has the most intrigue on the men's side for me now that we've lost the other match that I was looking forward to. So, and it is so hard to separate the art from the artist because I had liked Masha, and instantly that switch flips to hear, but how do we like Stone Cold still? How do we, there's so many times like maybe if it blew up then and we, times were different, we would have felt different about Austin. He would have been canceled and cast out. He was arrested for domestic himself multiple times. I mean, that was not a one-off for him either. People knew of the abuse that happened, and they kept it quiet before WrestleMania so he wouldn't be arrested. So, I mean, say what you want, but can't be too hypocritical. Gotta at least face the facts. Yeah, I know times have changed, and that certainly makes a difference, especially since speaking out. But it is somehow a stark reminder that some of the people that did so loudly speak out are now the ones having the fingers pointed back at them, and it's just
finger pointed. So
we have the Elegance brand, Heather and M by Elegance, with the personal concierge taking on the Iconics. The Inspiration. Iconic. I do miss them. They were a lot of fun. They really did have a decent women's tag division at one point that they just shit the bed with WWE. And you look back and you're like, wow, they really did have like decent tag teams set up at that point, and they just did nothing with it. Those girls had those belts forever after winning them and did nothing with them. They never defended them.
In 2025, all you had was what at the beginning of the year? You got Naomi, Bianca, Liv Raquel. That was it, right?
Yeah.
What else was there?
Exactly. So
was there anything else?
Not that I could recall.
Because they released, like, when did they do their last releases? Because I remember those being like the only 2 tag teams ever.
Yeah, because they then formed obviously Charlotte and Alexa because they needed teams. Yeah, they needed teams.
That was after Liv got hurt, right?
Yeah, but going into this, besides Raquel and Liv, which weren't tagging at that point, well, they were, but you know what I mean.
Well, yeah.
Yes and no, but. Yeah,
I'm just comparing and contrasting.
Yeah, but as far as those were the teams that we had. Yeah, we only had the 2 teams.
Look how far we've come.
They got rid of Caden Carter and Katana Chance and so many others. I that have been seeing the WWE TKO X come chopping down.
That's why we were suggesting before Liv and Raquel go defend them in TNA.
Yeah, we wanted to see that everywhere. There's tons of women's tag teams in TNA, and they actually do respect the knockout tag team titles. They're defended almost every show, every pay-per-view, PLE, whatever you want to call it.
WWE to get rid of those women's tag team titles. That's why we suggest Liv and Raquel dropping the titles to a women's tag team there, and then we wouldn't even have to deal with these damn titles anymore.
Well, yeah, we're kind of hoping they would merge them with the knockouts titles, and then just merge them with the knockouts titles. Take them out back like Old Yeller and be done with it. Merge them with the knockouts
titles.
That's the thing. What a way to get rid of belts. And I'm curious what Tony's big announcement was. Please, someone let me know. That's the only thing I didn't get to see revealed. I've got to know what the big announcement was. Was it women's tag titles? Did Tony forget to bring his charger with him? Like, what was it?
Signed Hornswoggle.
Oh, I know Orange Cassidy is back. You missed that. If you didn't go tonight, you could have seen the return of Orange Cassidy in person. It's funny
That
how
was
they
really
had,
his.
yeah, they had front row seats available like an hour before for about $150. Isn't that crazy? Like WWE, you couldn't even get a shitty ticket to Raw for $150 an hour before. And I know because when they were in Connecticut, I was like, let me look for the hell of it. Forget it was the women's tag titles. Am I not Nostradamus? Did I not call that a week ago when he said, I have a big announcement? I knew it. Ugh. I hope he doesn't screw this up because that's just what we needed. More belts. Can't wait to text that one out later. More belts.
Another 3-hour show or something? Or?
I don't believe so. I think it was just not September to remember anymore. Fuck September. They're done with it. They're moving on. They're heading to October.
That was really his announcement, though.
That was his announcements. Women's tag titles.
Signed Hornswoggle.
I'm glad that he signed Horny. He deserves the money, and no mystery around that announcement.
Yeah, women's tag titles. Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, you want to know what? I am so not fucking excited because he can't book his women's division either, just like Bald Man Triple H. They can both. That's something they have in common.
Well,
Both
I don't think I
book
beg to differ. I don't think Triple H sucks at booking. I think he's a little deaf at times. I think he's tone deaf to the audience at certain points, and he loses sight of things because he gets so focused on the internet and screwing the marks. And I want to make a surprise. Oh, they called it, Seth Rollins' injury that no one saw coming. The biggest ruse ever. Everybody called that. Everybody was like, he's either hurt or they're fucking doing this stupid thing, and it's stupid. And it was stupid. It was cool to see, but it was stupid. It was a moment. That's what he's been focused on. He's got the tunnel vision of we're going to turn John Cena heel. Everyone's going to go nuts. All right, and then what? What do you mean then what? We turned him heel. Yeah, and then what?
Yeah.
What do you mean then what? There's another one he took out back,
What
Speaking
else?
of John
Grayson
Cena's
Waller,
heel
Austin
turn.
Theory.
We're all over the place, but John Cena's heel
let's talk
turn.
about this first. Yeah,
John Cena's dad chimed in.
The Mets pissed me off.
I know they did. John Cena's dad chimed in perfectly today. He brought up a great point. He said turning John Cena heel was a great idea. The shock factor, not out the window, was great, but I think the storyline was destroyed. He said, and that was a poor
Pirates
move.
won. Thank you, Pirates. Sorry, I have to interrupt you. Pirates won. They beat the Reds.
Woo!
I scared you. I know. They beat the Reds at least. So if the Mets get killed tonight, that's right because Reds lost and
So
Diamondbacks.
you're telling me there's a
Dodgers.
chance?
There's a chance. Okay.
All right.
What's the score of the Dodgers?
Hold on, we gotta have a dance party.
Okay, it's 1-1. Dodgers Diamondbacks. Everyone say let's start Dodge.
Get much. All right. We were
Never thought
celebrating
I'd
the
say
dance
that in my
party.
life.
You missed the dance
Never thought I'd
party.
say that in my life. Okay, I'm sorry. Let's redo it. Run it back.
First you cost us our editor, then you missed the dance party.
Well, why'd you find me for it? I didn't know.
You didn't dance.
Was required.
Don't forget, I can see you dance. They
Can we
can't
run
see
it
you
back?
dance, but I can see you dance. I did the dancing. Dance.
Okay. But yeah, I'm sorry. I'm dancing. Okay. Wait, why does this color make me? I'm sorry. I must now. Let's go. Ooh,
Much better.
This one's
Much
called
better.
the Zapper.
Yeah, that's right. Much better. God.
You
One for
didn't
good
zap
measure.
me there.
Hey, I tell no lies. That was good dancing, though, honestly. Chad agrees.
Thank you.
Can't miss a dance party. So we're celebrating because
Hopefully
Cena's
Chad
dad,
agrees. I thought you said they couldn't see me.
he's a fan as well. He wants to see your Mets make it to the playoffs because the Pirates won. All right? That's what we said?
Yeah.
All right, just
So,
making sure I got
Mets-
there.
If Mets can come back,
Woo!
that could be great too. But
It could happen.
comebacks.
A
You
lot
like
of things in
comebacks?
that. No, comebacks.
The soul snatcher, because
I don't know if we're talking about the right thing, but yeah, no, his
Wow.
dad was pissed.
Wait,
He's
did
like,
this go off the rails again?
a little bit, but we got it back.
Let me talk to you.
Yeah.
Okay, John Cena's dead.
Yeah, his dad said, great idea turning him heel, shitty storyline. He's like, the poor move, in my opinion, because it was a big gamble for everyone that was involved. He said, and to see how it started, and then to see the characters that were involved no longer be present, Dwayne, the heel turn almost became non-essential. And that was exactly it. Because the follow-up to it was Cena not having The Rock, not having, any semblance of reason why. So he had to come up with one. And what was it? You people, you booed me, but you've been cheering me for the last, since I announced I was retiring. Up until the heel turn, people were cheering him ad nauseum. So it wasn't John Cena sucks and that's it anymore. Like, people loved, so the heel turn really came at a bad time to make little sense. Fans were so happy that he won the chamber. They didn't care that Seth fucked over CM Punk. They just were happy that Cena won and he was going to get a chance to break the record. I did.
Did you mute yourself?
I might have. I mean, the Cubs are killing the Mets. The chat says they love to see it, so.
Uh-oh.
No.
Okay. You know what? You love to see it. That's that's fine.
The chat's just loving to see it.
Cubs are killing the Mets. Love to see it. That's fine. Mets are still fighting for a playoff spot, and the Braves are out of one. So sorry.
Don't get me going on the Brock Lesnar R-Truth promo. They made R-Truth get fired because they had no plans for him at all. Nothing to do with him anymore. He gets the fuck out of there. He's fucked off. Fans get upset. They get really upset. They put Triple H's back to the wall and TKO has to respond. It was a work. We're bringing him back. We weren't really firing him. Come on.
You want to know what I think this is? I want to really say this is just Triple H being petty now, like, because he didn't want R-Truth back. So now he's like, all right, now you got him back. You can stop bitching, but I'm going to book him the way I want to. I'm just going to purposely sabotage the momentum that he had. That's what Triple H is, because he's not that far off from Vince when it comes to booking, honestly. I honestly see he has that Vince McMahon DNA in him when he's booking shows. So Vince was also petty.
They turned him heel for nothing. For literally nothing. For no reason at all did he get turned heel. And then they made him shave his head in front of the audience. Remember, he shaved off all his dreads and knobbed up his head because...
Wait, when did he turn heel?
I'm
missing that.
Oh, right. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, hey, that never happened. He's face again. That didn't happen. You're crazy. He's back to... And then, Cena's not there. We have Cena's announced dates. We know Lesnar's going to be there. Lesnar knows Cena's not there, but he comes out saying, where's John? R-Truth interrupts saying, you're not going to beat up my buddy, and then gets his ass kicked for nothing. I don't get it. I don't fucking get it. What was the point of bringing him back? Why bring him back at all? Why even care? What was the point of any of it? I mean, if you were going to go ahead and do this to...
Take the fucking happy pills before you go and get us taken down again, like I'm trying to do the Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon, and all the late night shows, okay?
Yes, sir. Now,
they're praising everything.
We couldn't even watch Jimmy Kimmel here. He was taken down in Connecticut, too. Somehow, our last episode was highlighted for election campaign something, so God knows. Yes, this robot does not like it, but his father is absolutely correct. They screwed up bad. We have so many gold standard angles like AJ Styles, John Cena. Now, they had 4 matches because they had one, I believe, on Raw as well. But really, we go by SummerSlam, Money in the Bank, and Royal Rumble. Well, Money in the Bank, SummerSlam, Royal Rumble. And it was AJ, John. So they're 2-1 in pay-per-views, but 2-2 overall. Because they're 2-1, they could have done this a great set of ways here. We could have had at WrestlePalooza an amazing John Cena AJ Styles match, and then in Perth, the fucking even more amazing rematch.
I agree.
Like, what did we get with Lesnar? What was the point?
Absolutely nothing. And
Suplex City from 2015 all over again. Like, I know.
We're just overreacting, saying, we were just overreacting. And I was like, you know what? I think they're gonna have a match again, and I think they're gonna be in War Games together. But boy, was I fucking wrong, because I just thought Brock Lesnar's with the Vision now, so there must be some insurance policy ticket with Brock Lesnar being in War Games, and John Cena will join the Avengers, and will get his comeuppance on Brock Lesnar. But no, that didn't happen.
No.
That's not going to happen, and I was wrong, and I'm sorry for that, for trying to think optimistically. But no,
I told you, you
that's not
can't be
gonna happen.
optimistic anymore. You just got to shit the bed. Life's going to pummel us down, and
Yep.
that's all there is to it. And this amazing commercial
That's
break
the
is
last
brought
time
to
I
us
give
by...
WWE the benefit of the doubt, like, you know.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I'm just, I had to let my wife out from underneath the desk. But this commercial break is brought to you by Liz's Twitch. Go ahead and check it out in the info box down below. That's right, in the description. You can follow myself, Cody, Baz, all of our infotainment specials and descriptions down below.
Not that way.
So,
What the heck?
She thought she was more powerful than the couch. But the couch got its revenge. Ah,
What the fuck is that?
exactly what the fuck is that? So check out more hilarious moments from Liz. We made her swear. We got her going in chat.
Liz's Twitch, she praises the Mets. She praises Judgment Day. She's a big Liv Dom stan. And
Look at those facts.
she's getting posters of all those things on her wall for her next stream. So you're going to see it
Living
there.
Dom. She's going to have the Judgment Day woman cave. Kind of like a man cave, but for ladies. Because we're
So, like,
all
every other word,
inclusive.
she'll be like, let's go Mets. It's going to be like a,
Let's go.
it's going to be,
Yeah, we can just figure out the
you
rest.
know,
Exactly. Yeah. So, speaking of that match, yeah, the Elegance brand going all the way back to Vengeance or Victory Road. Excuse me. We're way off the side field here. The fourth match is indeed the Elegance brand taking on the Iconics, the Inspiration. I wish the Inspiration would
that
win.
match.
This would be probably the
forget.
only match that would be able to have any type of news noteworthy event tied to it. Honestly, this would be it. And I could see the Iconics going ahead and taking the tag titles.
I
That
could
would be
see,
great.
I was going to say, I could see a title change, and I
Yeah.
think the Iconics are going to win.
Out of everything happening,
You know, I'm going to go with that.
I think
put
it's a
that in the
safe
books.
bet. Yeah, originally I wasn't so sure. I thought the Elegance brand would just kind of win again, but now looking at this show, and especially since they haven't added another match yet to this card to replace the women's title match, I think they might give this just a bunch more time. And then we've got Steve Macklin taking on Frank Kazarian, the singles match for the TNA International Championship. See, this title was bred, essentially from nothing. They had to build it up and make it something. And Macklin's done a decent job at doing so. And him and Kazarian, I'm sure, are going to have a great match. But Kazarian's one that's like, all right, he's the elder statesman. And Macklin, I've never been too crazy about. Either which way, I'm sure it'll be a good match. But this one's not gripping me too hard. I think Steve Macklin retains. I'm thinking you're probably agreeing.
Yeah, Steve Macklin, over Frankie.
Over Frankie, yeah. It seems like that's going to be the way, but we'll see if they add anything to this pay-per-view / PLE event.
Steve Macklin's going to win. And,
Yeah.
it seems like I don't know. What would you describe it? It seems like it could be a good show,
Yeah.
but some of these matches just aren't telling me,
Yeah, it's
had
definitely
better.
it's not a paid event, so it's on TNA Plus. So yes, you need to be a subscriber, but they do offer free stuff and things like that.
Okay, but that's
So it's
fair.
not like a full-on paid event, and it's one of their Friday shows. So it's live. You will get the live action, but it's not like a big Saturday or Sunday PLE event that they've been having, tied into
I
like
just
Bound
wish
for
it was like
Glory.
another match, like a good match. I don't know, something to sell me more.
Yeah, there's
but
something missing, and that women's
we're
title match
We're
would have
gonna
been
go
good,
over
but
it, right? We're gonna review this.
yeah, we're gonna try and check it out on Friday. We'll see what happens. So if we're not live, we will be live Saturday for our review of No Mercy. Absolutely.
Well, then we can maybe do a double review.
Double review if need be, because we want to try and
Double
check
duty.
out this and SmackDown on Friday, but we'll see what's going on. We will let you
So
know.
maybe
But you got to be
triple-
following us
A
on
triple header.
on the socials. On Countdown Ended on Twitter/X. Make sure you're there to go ahead and follow us. Let us know what's going on, and we'll let you know
Saturday
what's
triple
going
header.
on. It could be. It could be. It could be a big day indeed. But I'm looking forward.
SmackDown.
Looking forward to No
TNA.
Mercy, and we're working our way
No
there.
Mercy.
No Mercy. I still like WrestleMania
Triple header
2000 more,
Saturday.
but No Mercy. This is going to be the show. I'm excited for this one. They've got themselves in a good format, 6 matches, even one being for the speed title is okay because the way they have it set. This is going to be at the, where are they? The War Memorial Auditorium in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. They're sold out there. And we're getting quite a few matches that I think could steal the show. But right off the bat, the women's speed title finally being defended, first time in a while. Lainey Reed, the challenger, she won 2 matches, beat Fabi Apache and Candice LeRae in a very speedy speed tournament to face the champion Sol Ruca. This is not a 3-minute, but a 5-minute bout because it's for the title. I think Lainey Reed wins. I think she's beaten Sol Ruca for the speed championship.
You really?
Yeah.
But here's my thing though. How much do you like the speed title? Because I'll be honest, chat, I don't watch speed. That's on their YouTube, right?
It was on their Twitter. It's gone now. So they only had it
wait,
for a year. And that's why they brought it over to NXT. So rather than get rid of the belts entirely, they're bringing it to NXT now. So at least they can do something with it. They didn't want to just retire the belts, even though
it
they're
was
not.
a Twitter show?
It was a Twitter show. That was the whole idea behind it. So that it was, you were in and out in less than 3 minutes. You go in, you check out the tweet at noon, and you get out of there. It's supposed to be like an action-packed, fast thing. And it was fun. They had some good bouts, but
I guess I really never paid attention to this.
They really didn't market it well. It was always kind of like a, if you knew about it kind of thing. And if you didn't, it never really grabbed your attention to do so. So I think this is at least better utilizing the belt than just retiring it like the show.
Do you think they should? You think they should keep it?
For now, yeah, I would keep it and keep testing the waters. It's not a terrible thing.
Mid-card title.
It's kind of like an entry-level title. This is a really good title for Lainey Reed because she just entered from Evolve onto the women's roster. So this would be a great entry-level title.
I think that's actually a good.
Short matches, quick defenses. Most matches don't even go the full 3 minutes. In the title matches usually rarely go the full 5. So this is actually
a smart idea.
I think so. It gives new talent quick matches, weekly time on TV. You get a few minutes in, you get to get some practice and get out of there. And not enough time to really screw up anything major. It's just a few sequences, finish, and done. So you get to show off some of your character and get some practice.
Sol Ruca, though.
I do think so. I think somehow
Do you think they want to capitalize on her graduating from Evolve, or?
I think just Lainey Reed's been kind of on fire since she's got in here, and I'm curious if they're going to keep teasing this breakup between Zarya and Sol Ruca. They keep getting in each other's way, and I think eventually it's going to be Zarya that takes the North American title from Sol Ruca. I think that's going to happen at Halloween Havoc, but we'll see. We'll see if I'm right. I was right about the women's tag titles.
Okay.
We'll see what's right next.
Okay. Lainey Reed. Yep. You know what? I'm just going to go with you there.
You're going to agree. All right. I'm telling you, I got my money on her. I could be way off and she'll lose, but I think they're going to do something with her because Sol was the double champ for long enough. What more do we get with it? She doesn't really need to be the speed champion. She's better than that.
Right.
She's progressed further than that. That's kind of beneath her. Like, it was cool to have her doing something. Then she got the North American title.
And Lainey Reed more than it does Sol Ruca.
That's how I feel. Yeah. That's the judgment I came down to myself. At the end of the judgment day, Lainey's all the way. Then we have Josh Briggs and Javon Evans. And I think I might steal a page out of Spaz's book because this was my original thought, but I wasn't entirely sold yet. I don't want to see Javon lose again, but I think we're going to see Javon lose again, but in such a heartbreaking way. We're going to see him almost make it several times and then just have it snatched away from him last second. They're going to make this real emotional. because they want to get Briggs over as this next threat towards the title again. They're trying to make him elevated, but I think he needs more of a mid-card shine than a main card shine. Briggs is going to win. Javon will look better than Briggs in the finish, though. I feel like they're going to play off, again, Javon's quick, and much like I said, similar to the Victory Road, we got little shades of gray of that here. So Josh Briggs is damn quick, but he's also really strong, a la Moose. Javon Evans is very fast, kind of like Mustafa Ali. It's very similar, but
This is where we're going to disagree a little. I honestly think Javon Evans is going to win. Maybe this is just like a boring outcome, but your scenario sounds more intriguing, like the built-up story to see the heartbreak of Javon Evans losing again. But I don't know. I think they might give it to him. I could be wrong. But...
You might be right, because fans want to see him win. They're behind him 110%. Everybody's bouncy. They want to see this guy, capture glory. So that's what's really great about NXT, though. They've been telling compelling stories. They've been having a very long throughput narrative that continues show to show for these people, and it builds character, and we get all these wonderful memories with them, and that's what really ingratiates us to these characters and makes us fall in love with them or hate them or despise them, any emotion, because that's a reaction, and that's what they're aiming for. As we're sometimes on the main roster lately, we've kind of just had matches for match sake, and we're not always having that story element that we desperately need. So I think you could be right, but I'm going to stay with Josh Briggs. Javon certainly could use the wins. He could use the win here.
We're disagreeing.
Uh-oh. Then we have Ethan Page.
Ow, what the fuck? I just disagreed once.
Nah, well...
Every other match I agreed with you on. Come on, just one match gets that zap.
That's all it takes. I mean, stay on script. You know it.
Okay, what was that one for? I didn't even get
a little delayed. Sorry. I want to go ahead and make a little change here.
Uh-oh. Change to what?
90 volts is too much. I have to lower the ampage. I don't want to hurt you. I just want to incapacitate you. So
wait. I never agreed to that.
It's in the contract. Should have read it better. So I told you. Yeah. Gotta get a lawyer that's better than mine. When he can try, time travel.
Okay.
You'll be all right. You'll be all right. Ethan Page, Tavon Heights. He had a great showing Wednesday. Some people thought that his mask was a filter because it was so well done, but as I said to Spaz, we're not in that realm of, advanced technology yet. Getting there, but not everything is Instagram or Snapchat.
Close.
It is amazing how they got all that hair under the mask and made it look so damn effective. He looked spot on. I did not expect it entirely until the ankle lock came out, and I was like, oh damn, that's going to be a great reveal. Especially because they've had the luchadors sitting in the audience so many times recently, even when it's not Worlds Collide, they still bring people in to sit and hang out in between matches. So it didn't seem like something out of the ordinary. Again, something I appreciate. So I don't think Ethan Page loses here. Should he? Probably. But I feel like he's deserving of something a bit bigger. I feel like, Tavon Heights has worked hard. Beating Page would be a big blast in the ass for this man. I said it too. Blast in the ass. It's what he needs. Big blast in the ass from Page. I'm just not so sure that Page is going to lose. I think he'll retain here, and they're not quite done with his story yet. But
Ethan Page is definitely winning. Okay, I'm agreeing. So
all right, look at that. Easy peasy. Look
only
at that.
A penny. Only a penny into. Wait, when I disagreed with you, I got zapped and lost $10,000. But I agree with you and only gain a penny.
Yeah, because you're doing what's right. You don't get paid for doing what's right.
Then when do I get paid?
The end of the show, minus taxes and fees.
your own taxes? Like, what taxes we going off of? Like Connecticut tax? Because then I won't even have a paycheck with how much this state
Yeah,
taxes.
there's a lot of state taxes, and then I got to pay into OSHA, and I mean,
OSHA, what?
yeah, ever since we had that first accident with the intern, something about a demon core in the
Okay.
basement. I don't know. It's something unsafe and something about
But you
radiation.
put
I
a
don't know.
possum down there.
That's the
You said it-
nickname. Don't worry about it.
Oh, it
We'll
was
we'll
just the
get there.
nickname.
Yeah,
Probably
that's the code
shoot.
name. We'll get there. So you think Paige is winning, right?
Yeah.
Right. See, that's check your bank account. There we go. Now here comes the
Thank
true
you.
test. JC Jane, Lola Vice.
Oof.
Mm.
I'd rather see JC Jane retain, honestly, because Lola Vice really hasn't grasped me yet. But I think they're gonna go with Lola Vice.
So you're thinking Lola. See, I'm thinking I'm agreeing with your first part of your statement that Lola Vice is just she's the first face they have here that's not grabbing me, and she is great. She's good in the ring. She's getting better at promos. They're utilizing her well between AAA and here, but I could see her winning titles in AAA before she wins in NXT. I don't know if they're going to pull the trigger with her yet. I don't know. Fans are supporting her, but I don't know if they're that supportive yet. Like, is there that much of a demand? I feel like they can hold off a little bit more with JC, especially with Fallon Henley being the only one left right now. You know, Jasmine Nix is gone. So Jasmine explains her departure from NXT. She said, besides the various injuries she suffered, she said she's had to turn down many opportunities that she just couldn't explore. Now that she's no longer under a WWE contract, though, that changes her mind. And I'm sure it'll be a certain fan site that only you would know how to go to. But she said that the 3-year contract she was offered wasn't going to cut it for her financially. The only thing, and I say this as being a girl dad, I'm not disparaging against sex work or people going to OnlyFans or anything like that. Like, more power to you. You want to sell your body, go right ahead. I'm just worried that people are going to use what money they could make there as like a pedestal, or like, you know, some the top of the ladder rung, and a way to like barter with WWE. You know, they're gonna be like, well, I could go here, but it's not like you're going to AEW or TNA or some other. That's an entirely different. So you don't be confused by what you could make versus what you can actually make. You know, it's different industries entirely. People say, oh, I could make $1 million in one day with that site. And that might be the case, but you might also make nothing. And then where do you go from there? So it's a lot of luck, but there's also more to it too. So, like I said, as a girl dad, that's what I'm holding out, saying, you know, just make sure you know your own worth before anybody else. TNA also did add the beautiful people to the 2025 Hall of Fame class, as well as Mickey James. So can't wait to go ahead and check that out. Sunday, October 12th at Bound for Glory. That's in Lowell, Mass. And we'll be covering that live as well. So make sure you go ahead and subscribe to see us talk about that there and then. Yeah, with this match, I'm not. This is the first time in NXT I can remember in a long time that they have a face that I'm not like truly behind it. I'm like, yep, this one's got to win. This one's got got my money. Lola's good, but she's the most feeling like a plant, like an industry plant at this point. Like, oh, they know she won't fail. We've got her in here in AAA, and like, it just, I don't know if she has that fan deserving yet. You know, that true connection. I think she's just got a connection because she's out there, not because fans really want her yet. We'll see if she can turn the tide, in my opinion. But I think JC retains here because I think the real payoff with her is her versus Fallon Henley. I think that's where they're gonna turn JC face and have her and Fallon face off in the end. I mean, You got to have some payoff for the group breaking up, right? I mean, Lola could win and Fallon could be the
Indeed you
cause
do.
of it. And then we get a match just between JC and Fallon. But I think there's more to it here. I think there's more at stake than just a simple group breakup. I think they can really catapult themselves with that. So got to be careful. Then we have Obafemi taking on Ricky Saints for the NXT Championship. Even though they had TNA invading and beating the hell out of NXT's roster, they still made sure to hold focus on the NXT champion. Like I said, you know, you saw Obafemi fight his way out, and then he goes for his title, and Ricky Saints is there staring at the belt. They both kind of motion and grab for it, sizing each other up. Whether other people get involved or not, I feel like this is the title change, and I feel like Ricky Saints is getting the belt here. I'm not sure how much more they can do with Obafemi. And I mean that loving and respectfully. Like, he's beaten everybody. He's gone and toppled through every challenger, you know, from Joe Hendry on downward. So he's faced, you know, big names and still managed to reign supreme. He had such a long reign as the NXT North American champ. He's only been beaten by what? You know, Tony D, who's swimming with the fishes and apparently is having a gimmick change to be moved up to the main roster. Obafemi needs a bit of a change up anyways, so I think he's going to get called up sooner than later, and they're eager to move a few people. We've seen them working recently with Obafemi and people like Rusev, so clearly there's interest for him on the main roster in these house shows. I think that's their direction. He's getting called up, and Ricky Saints is going to capture the gold here. We're going to see Ricky Saints win, and I think they can do a lot to protect Obafemi, but still put Ricky over.
I'm going to agree with you.
Ah, see, look at that. We're cooking with gas here. Yeah, Ricky Saints, he's just so charismatic and really, that man deserves it. He's been through a lot. He's not young, you know, people forget that. And he's not long for the NXT world. When you look at Mr. Ricky Starks, he's 35. You know, people in NXT are in their early 20s. He's not old either, but he's not young like the rest of everybody. So younger than me still, just by a couple of years, but still. Mr. Starks has had a really great showcase of his upbringing, where he came from, how New Orleans suffered so much and how it changed him and turned him into a survivor. I am, you know, really genuinely happy to see him succeed, and that's what I want from this. So I'm hoping that's what we get. I want to see him go ahead and capture the NXT title. And you agree, so I think it's going to be a great match.
I do agree.
I think the main event may be what Spaz said, though. He predicted that Jordan Grace versus Blake Monroe in a weaponized steel cage match. Like, hot damn. This match, I'm telling you, I think they're really trying hard to make up for pretty much everything that let people down with the last match. You know, we really had that abysmal, piss poor, not great showing at their last affair. And this could really set them back on course. Not just Jordan, but Blake as well. So I genuinely, I hope that's what we see here. I want to see Blake dominate Jordan. Even if she has to, quote unquote, I mean, there's weapons involved in the match, so it's not so much cheating, but if she's got to use weapons to win, fine. I think we're seeing Blake continue dominantly, and it's going to continue the story of Jordan not being able to get the job done and keep doubting herself and having to find out who she is, because everybody expected her to come in here and just be dominant, tear everybody apart, and just destroy the world. And really, that's not what happened. So she went ahead and she has tried, but she's had several opportunities now, and sadly, she's failed. So, I mean, we've got to see what comes of it. And really, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking Blake Monroe wins. Jordan Grace still has a hill to climb, and this weapons match, hopefully they get some blood out of it, but it's going to be brutal.
I would say so.
Are you predicting the same? You think that Blake wins or Jordan?
Actually, you know, got to capitalize on Blake.
I cannot have you disagree. I mean, you can't disagree with that, I'm sure. Just like Claudio taking on Powerhouse Hobbs tonight. Apparently that was a pretty decent match, but Pac showed up to create a distraction. You know, we had that big beef match, but the end toppled off with Tony Khan announcing the women's tag team titles now in AEW. Just what everyone needed. More belts. Lovely. But, you know, we had Mina taking on Chris Statlander for the title. And, hey, you know, we'll see what happens. Moxley and Darby want an I Quit match at Wrestle Dream. We'll see if we get that. And Darby and Chris Statlander are going to face Wheeler Yuta and Marina Shafir next week. I still wonder, like you said, is Marina and Moxley hooking up? I don't know, but it seems like it. All in all, No Mercy should be excellent this weekend. We'll be live following the conclusion of the main event, and we'll go ahead and bring to you our review of No Mercy. I'm not sure if we'll be live Friday or not. I will let everyone know on the Twitters if we're covering SmackDown and the TNA Victory Road show, but we'll definitely be live Saturday for No Mercy. I hope you all enjoy the rest of your day. Cody, tell these lovely people where they can find you, my friend.
Before we can do that.
Oh, we need our picks. I'm always at the end of this, and I forget every time. See, I'm going for the outro, and we can't leave yet. You gotta cut me off sooner until this is baked into my memory, because I went 6-10 this week, and I need some redeeming. So, hold on, we need some picks happening here. Here we go. All right, what do we got? You got to lead me with the schedule, sir.
All right, you ready?
I am ready.
All right, to start everything out, tomorrow for Thursday Night Football, you got the Seattle Seahawks versus the Arizona Cardinals.
All right, Seahawks.
Okay.
All right.
First game on Sunday, you got the Vikings versus the Steelers.
Steelers.
Game 3, you got the Washington Redskins. We refuse to call them Commanders versus the Atlanta Falcons.
I'll go with the washed up foreskins, the Redskins. I'm going to take them again.
Thank you.
All right.
I think washed up. Okay, you got the Chargers versus the Giants.
I'm going to go Chargers because I'm a good Giants fan.
Maybe going with the Chargers helps the Giants.
Yeah, the more they lose.
Reverse jinx.
Yeah, then they'll get some better picks, right, for the draft.
That's
if
true.
they lose everything.
That is true.
We'll see.
You got the Tennessee Titans versus the Texans.
Remember the Titans.
All right.
I'll go with the Titans there.
You got the Eagles versus the Buccaneers.
We'll do the Buccaneers because I can't stand the Eagles still.
Or neither can I. You got the Panthers versus the Patriots.
Patriots. We'll do New England. There we go.
You got the Saints versus the Bills.
Ooh, we'll do the Saints.
You got the Browns versus Lions.
Browns versus Lions. Let's do the Browns.
You got the Jaguars versus the 49ers.
Let's go 49ers. Bears.
You got the Colts versus Rams.
Rams.
You got the Bears versus Raiders.
Bears. Let's go with the Bears.
You got the Ravens versus the Chiefs.
Ravens. That's probably terrible,
You
right?
got the Pack. No, that's actually a good pick. Ravens over Chiefs. Chiefs
All
haven't
right.
been that great so far. You got the Packers versus the Cowboys.
Oh, Packers all day. Always going against the Eagles and the Cowboys. It's gotta happen.
You got the Jets versus Dolphins.
Jets and Dolphins. Let's go, Jets.
And finally, you got the Bengals versus Broncos.
Let's go with the Broncos. Denver. There we go. There's the picks, week 4. Go ahead and write them down so you know what not to bet on. Except for that Ravens pick there. That's your pick of the game, pick of the day. We'll see what happens. So far, I was 8-8, 10-6. Thought I was doing better, then went back to 6-10. But we'll keep it up with week 4. Thank you all for being in the chat. Cody, let these sexy people know where they can find you, my friend.
Now I can indeed do that. You can find me over on my Twitter or X, whatever you like to call it nowadays, at Judgment Day Era. And now you can find me over on my YouTube, where I don't post, which I will, I promise, at Judgment Day Era. And you can find me over on my Instagram at Cody_Onidi_316.
Yeah, you know it. And you can find us at Countdown Ended on Twitter/X, as well as on Instagram and on Rumble. Check us out on TikTok. That's right, we're on TikTok. Search Jake.CountdownEnded. You can also find us on Spotify. Search up hashtag into somewhere. And then make sure you're following us on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. We appreciate it a ton. Helps out a great deal. Make sure you're tuned in for this Saturday's review for No Mercy. Going to be a great deal of fun. I can't wait. Then, on top of it, we're heading into right now the State of Wrestling over on the Spaz Phoenix YouTube channel. So go ahead and just hang out here in the chat, and it'll bring you right over after this goes off the air. Nifty. Gotta love YouTube. Have a great night, everybody. Stay sexy. We'll see you next time.
The scoop on the belts and the rivalries brewing. Tag teams exploding, legends renewing. From indie vibes to the big stage proving. Every rumor nailed down, no chance of misconstruing. Catchphrases dropping like a pile driver move. Jake switch sharp, Cody's got the groove. They keep it real raw, never out of the loop. Step into somewhere